uppercut, uppercut, sonic boom.
Well, hello there, human to be Earthlings, whoever you are, wherever you are, whatever you're doing, and if you're lucky enough indeed to be doing it too, welcome back to the channel. I'm Bushka, and today's video is in response to the beta at the moment for PUBG Mobile. It's a pretty dire situation, I think, and a real big mistake on the road for the game itself. This is the full auto mod. You can buy it in shops at the moment. You put it on the M16A4, and it turns the M16A4 from a single tapper, tap, tap, into a full auto just that works really well. And it's given the gun a place in the game. Okay, it was previously absolutely pointless to run the M16. The Mini did so much more damage, had faster bullet speed, and could mount an 8x. But now it's meant that you can run an M16A4 and you can get value out of it. In fact, you can use it effectively to win PUBG Mobile games. On the beta right now, they have done this. They have turned all the DMRs into full autos. You can buy that full auto mod and it will turn your Mini 14, your QBU, your Mark 12, your SKS, your SLR into a full auto DMR. There's going to be some effects that come of this, some side effects of this that really affect where the game is and the health of the game, and things that I think are really just, I think this is wild. There are some big problems with this. I'm going to tell you how you could fix this meta and make DMRs relevant in one easy step. And we'll see, you know, if anyone listens to this. Let's talk first and foremost about why this is happening. I mean, it's pretty bloody clear. The M416 meta is easy. People can spray with an M416. It also allows them to have a second weapon that they can use as a full auto weapon. So they get to spray, have a full auto weapon, and it's PUBG Mobile dumbed down. Like, anyone that doesn't think spraying is just so easy to do compared to running a DMR or a sniper rifle, which takes real effort and skill, and you've got to actually work at it, is out of their mind. I mean, hitting consistently with an SLR or a Mark 14 at range, or an AWM at people running past in cars, any of those things is difficult. Running an M416, lying down and pressing the button and just spraying is so much easier, and it's such a dumbed down version of the game. But that's not reason enough to not want it to happen. No. The reason I don't like it is it marginalizes more weapons, and it just buys into the power creep of PUBG Mobile. We had an M416 meta that was all spray, so no one used sniper rifles. So they buffed sniper rifles, and then they buffed sniper rifles again because people still weren't using them. And then they buffed DMR damage, and then they buffed some more stuff on the DMRs, bullet speed and such. And we've had sniper rifles that have gone from 700 meters a second bullet speed all the way up to 900 meters a second bullet speed. I'm looking at you, SKS and SLRs, and this is just constant, this power creep. And it's all because they won't nerf the spray meta. So they're trying to get people to use these weapons that are brilliant weapons. They're nuanced. They have their own characteristics that work in the game. And if you're good enough and you put the time in on the range, you can use them, or you can just spray and you'll be fine. We get guns like the Mini 14, for instance, where it's been buffed so much now that you can tap fire the Mini really quickly and absolutely break it. These are the numbers, by the way, for the weapons time to kill. The Mini 14, it's a .387 full auto mod, time to kill a level 2 vest. SLR and SKS are .342. QBU is .396, and the Mark 12 is .387. But these have better bullet speed. Like the Mark 4, the Mini 14's bullet speed is 1,000 meters a second. You can mount an 8x on top of the Mini 14. And that means that you can actually run a full auto Mini 14, tap fire it like this at range. Like, this is the Mini 14 without an auto mod, right? There's a guy up there on the top. I'm going to tap fire it. Here we go. That's ridiculously fast, right? And that's faster than you can run the full auto mod. But you could then switch it to full auto. So when you have a CQC engagement, you'll be able to just run it like an M416. So it's going to have that same play style. It's going to have that same face roll, dumbed down play style, and it's going to marginalize the M16. Why would you ever run the M16 again? It's going to marginalize these other guns like AUGs and SCARs and M416s, and it's going to just give you the same play style with none of the skill that you get like from an M416. These are the easiest ways to fix this whole problem. Leave the DMRs alone. Don't touch them. The M416 at 50 meters does 40.3 damage. At 150 meters, it does 38.9. The QBU does 54.1 at 50 meters and 53.3 at 150. Imagine if the M416, the SCAR-L, the AUG, the FAMAS, whatever, instead of doing 38.9 at 150 meters, did 28.9. Imagine if the bullet damage dropped so precipitously by the time you got out to 150 meters that it was taking too long to kill. Do you know what the player base would do? They would start using QBUs and Mini 14s and SKSs and SLRs and Mark 14s and Mark 12s and M24s and AWMs and Car 9s and Mosin Nagants. Like, you can do this right now with a Mini without a full auto mod, because I've dialed my sensitivity into the point where it is absolutely molten. And all you'd have to do to make people use these weapons is subtract from the M416. We have buffed everything. We have buffed the SMGs multiple times. We have buffed the DMRs multiple times. We have buffed the M24s and the AWMs multiple times. Just fucking nerf the M416. Would you just do it? Would you just lower the damage over distance so that by the time you get to the ranges where you would, instead of doing this with a Mini 14, you just spray with an M4? Like, it's so easy, and the mechanic exists within the game. It would not hurt any other weapon. Every single weapon has its own individual profile to run damage over distance. Certain weapons lose damage over distance quicker than others. All you would have to do is slow down the 5.56 train once you got out to 75 to 100 meters. Hell, do it on every single AR. Every single AR, so that their most effective range is 50 to 85 meters. And suddenly you would find the player base was starting to pick up DMRs and all these other weapons that no one was using. Like, look at this. This is before this gets a full auto mod. The gun is already a joke. It is already ridiculously good. And now we're going to start putting a full auto mod on it to try and get people to pick it up and use it. The fact that you've got guns in the game that no one uses is because there are other guns that are too strong. You have no balance in the game when that is happening. I use sniper rifles not because they're the best, but because they are the most satisfying for me. The challenge is real. It's the best way for me to have fun, right? Using DMRs and that, it's going to be so easy to fix. All you got to do is just nerf one gun. Like, or just nerf one class of gun. Don't let the long range spray be a thing anymore. And yeah, I don't understand it. It is ridiculous to the point because, and I know people will say, oh, that's ridiculous. Why are you doing that? Like, that so sucks. Like, oh, how dare you talk about nerfing, spraying meta and all this. Here's an idea. Do you know what's going to happen when everyone just starts using these DMRs? They're just going to spray at longer ranges. And you know what's going to happen? People are going to stop using other weapons. And PUBG Mobile are going to realize this, and they're going to buff those weapons. I'm telling you right now that if this goes through, there will be buffs to other guns to make them more useful instead of just balancing the game. and letting the game become more about the skill than the spray. I hope you guys enjoyed that. It's not going to happen. This is probably going to go ahead. It's an absolute disaster as far as I'm concerned. You think that people lie down in the grass like this because it doesn't work? No, they lie down in the grass like this because not everyone rotates outside the circle so that they can shoot people who are being snaky grubs. And they have all got M416s and they're all going to use those M416s or UMPs. There's a UMP to spray. And I'm not about that. I like practicing and getting better at something on the range. And to do that, you know, using the old, instead of just lying down with an M4, like it's such a brain dead face roll. I like to try and hit shots. I like to have the game decided by, you know, skill to the point where it's good. Hope you enjoyed it. Look after yourself. Stay safe in the battlefield. Until next time, bye for now.